click, boom. What's going on, faithfuls? The Nothing But Niners crew is back. Guys, game day is finally here. We are an hour away from the proposed kickoff, and I can't wait to talk about this game. I'm excited. You guys saw the description over here. We got the Niners beat up secondary against the Eagles beat up wide receiving core. We have a team that does really bad when they go back-to-back games on the East Coast and head back home. They struggle the most. We have a team that does not do well when they travel west. So this is going to be a lot of fun to talk about and break down. But before we do, guys, we have to go through these formalities here. We pull them up here. If this is your first time here on the YouTube page, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Also, turn on the notifications so you know exactly where we're going live. Give us a follow on some of our social media platforms. There's Twitter and Snapchat. That is Nothing But 9 ERS. That is the number 9, Nothing But 9 ERS. Right there at the bottom of the screen. Also, make sure you guys give us a follow on Instagram, Twitch, as well as Facebook. That is Nothing But Niners. That's spelled all the way out. No numbers in there anywhere. All words, okay? And that's the same as the website, guys. www.nothingbutniners.com. Your one-stop shop for mostly anything from us here at Nothing But Niners. I'm your guy, 49ers Mike _NFL. Over here on this side is my guy, Breezy. Wayne Breezy on Twitter. On this side over here, I got my guy Nick. He is 49er Faithful 365. Down here, I got my guy Tony. He is NJ Niner fan 499. And over here is my guy Brian ST8R _9R. So that is straighter Niner.
Yes.
All right. That's like military talk, right?
No, it was just trying to shorten my Twitter handle.
Huh?
So I was just trying to shorten my Twitter handle because my last name's so long.
Oh, I got okay. See, I just felt like the word echo should have been in there. It's like straighter Niner echo. I don't know. I felt like I was saying something military. You know, that's not me. I never did any of that. But it's cool, man. Fellas, what's up, man? How y'all feeling? Are y'all nervous? Are y'all like just ready to get it over? Like, what's up? I can't get the mood right now. What's up? Yeah. All right. Good. That's and now everybody sees what I'm dealing with. All right, how about this?
No, we just waiting for some 49er football, man. That's what it is, yo. We're not used to these late night games, and we know we get a couple, every year. But like, I just want this game to get cracking, and I hope we don't start off slow, because then there's gonna be more of this mood until it picks up. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want to see some firepower because our offense is looking right this week. It's looking right. We might not have our starting running backs, but it's looking right because the receiving core is deep. So I'm definitely, and Kittle is back.
Yeah, so, we are getting some targets back for the backup quarterback this week. Let's start with all right, I'm losing people. Let's start with Tony, man. Tony, you've been the quietest, man. Let me know how your day has been going and how you feeling about the game, and what's up with the returning guys, man. Who are you most excited to see out of all the guys that return?
The day's been long. I went pumpkin picking with the kids. Did some daddy duties, and I just kept watching the clock, and it was just dragging, and finally we're here. And Renfro just fumbled the ball. I'm really looking forward to Kittle. I really want to see what Kittle brings, if he's 100% healthy, if they're going to go to him or they're just going to decoy him. I hope they go to him. I think the run game is going to improve with Kittle being back. Interesting inactive is Helm is inactive, the guy that just picked up. So they're going to roll with the three guys, Dwelly, Kittle, and Warner. So I'm just really looking forward to this game.
Do we have that? Was that in the tweet, the inactive list?
They released it. The team released it.
All right, I'll pull that up, and I'll get that in here so we can discuss it. And Brian, the game is finally – oh, wait, no, Tony. The one player you're most anxious to see that's returning.
Kittle. I said Kittle.
Oh, okay, my bad. All right, Brian. He took the good one, B. So I'm sorry, man. You got to be a little bit more creative now. I want to no pressure. I
don't think he went very. It wasn't just Kittle. I mean, Debo's back too, right? So let's see the three of them on the field at the same time with Ayuk and him and Kittle. That's what I'm excited to see is those three guys on the field at the same time.
Oh yeah. And by the way, again, congratulations. You had a pretty good day from what I heard so far. Anytime you can go out there and do what you did. That's good stuff, man. I'm hoping to be in the same boat soon, all right? My time's coming in March, but I'm happy for you guys, man. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Nick, listen, man, I talked to you like 1,000 times today. 1 second you're in the woods in a box. Next thing I know, you're on the network. Next thing I know, you're at dinner or lunch. I'm like, yo, what's going on with Nick? And now here you are. You sitting here. You got, I think Slimer's behind you. That ecto cooler is oozing all over your room, bro. What's going on, man?
Yeah, I got that green screen back there. But look, man, yeah, I bet it's been a busy day, man. I've been up since 3:15 and 4:15, whatever time it was in the woods. And look, just then went out to lunch with my girl. So we had a couple drinks there, some food, and ready for this game, man. It's been a long day. I'm ready to just kind of sit back, relax, and watch these Niners whoop ass on these Eagles. So that's what I'm ready to watch.
You think we're gonna get it like that, man? You think that's what's happening?
Bro, this isn't even gonna be a game.
All right. So I'm not gonna be Debbie Downer because I believe we're gonna win. First, let me get to the Brewer, man. This is a great comment here. If Rex Ryan called us the 39ers due to all the injuries, that is hilarious to me. I love this comment here. We are the 39ers, man. It's between that and the picture of the wheelchair with the SF instead, all right.
Oh, yeah.
That's been
the handicap joint.
Yeah. It's been going around all week, man. They killing us out there in these streets, man. It's a tough crowd out there. But all right, so let's talk about this game, man. Let's not just this game. Let's put this together with what we've seen this week. There's a lot of crazy stuff happening in the NFL. Did any of you guys expect the Browns to go in there and do what they did to the Cowboys? Did anybody expect the Rams to struggle against the Giants? I know they got the W, but did you guys expect them to struggle like that? Like, come on, this has been a kooky week in the NFL. What's up?
Look, I expected the Cowboys to give up a lot of points to the Browns today. And the reason that I expected that is because they've given up on an average of 31, 32, 33 points per week right now. Yeah. Look, their defense is not good. The Cleveland Browns defense is not good. The same with the Dallas Cowboys defense. They're not good. The Rams, I didn't expect to struggle. The Seahawks, I didn't expect to, hold in there as well as they did today. Allow Miami to be in there as long as they let them be in there. I thought that they would have just walked all over the Dolphins today. But on the other hand, Fitzpatrick, they can throw in Miami. Seattle throws the ball a lot more. And both defenses are really terrible against the throw, against the pass. So, look, I think I picked the Cardinals to lose today in our pick'ems. So that was interesting to see the Cardinals go down. Look, the Cardinals are coming back downtown. And then obviously, the Rams, what was that, a 17-9 victory? I think it was 17-9. Yeah. So, yeah, all three of these teams in NFC West are beatable. I still think the Niners are the number one team in the West.
Now, you talked about them, but you didn't mention the Seahawks. I want to get the other guys' opinions on them. Did you guys see that game? Do you think that the Seahawks are showing some vulnerability? Maybe it's the defense. Maybe that offense isn't as fluid as we think it is. Russell Wilson is a man possessed, but what are you guys' thoughts on them? Because they're the competition in the division.
The Seahawks kind of remind me or resemble a little bit how the Chiefs were playing like a year or two ago, where they were just putting up a bunch of points and their defense was giving up a bunch of points. So in order to beat a team like the Chiefs, you just have to outscore them. You know what I'm saying? Unless you have a really good defense, but that still will only kind of like slow them down just a little bit. But if you leave them lingering around, they'll find ways to get the victory. The Seahawks are kind of like playing that type of football right now, man. They're able to put up points when you don't think they're able to put up points, because that game, I'm like, oh, man, it's possible, but it was the Dolphins. Had it been any other team, had it been any other team, and this is no discredit to the Miami Dolphins, but I think a different team might have been able to get that victory at their home, right? Because Seattle, they were on the road. So, unfortunately, the Dolphins couldn't get it in. Fitzpatrick couldn't get his team in the end zone until like the very end of the game. And when you're playing a guy like Russell Wilson, you have to be able to score touchdowns. I don't care if you're at home or on the road. You got to score touchdowns, because that's the guy you don't want to have the ball toward the end of the game, man. And he closed the game out for his team. And I mean, there was a play where he threw the ball to freaking what's their wide receiver? Metcalf. And all you had to do is push him out of bounds. And instead, they let him tiptoe inbounds, and he scores a touchdown. I'm sorry. I don't understand. I wanted them to lose, so.
Tony, man, what are your thoughts, man? Looking around the league, I saw you saying you thought some things would happen. You said no, you didn't think some things were going to go the way they did. What are your thoughts on it, man? I think it's been a crazy week in the NFL. Looking at some of these games, I saw the Bucs struggling. I didn't think that they were going to struggle like that. They got the win, 5 touchdown passes, 5 different targets, and all that. Sounds good, but when you watch the game, it didn't feel like that. What are your thoughts on what we're seeing unfold this week?
I was watching on my phone while I was out, and I definitely did not see Cleveland putting up 49 on the Cowboys. No way in hell. I did not see
neither,
that.
Tony.
I definitely thought the Cowboys should beat that team outright, hands down. As far as the Tampa Bay game, they were down by what, 3 scores at one point, I think, to the Chargers. And I mean, clearly that was all Tom Brady, but you saw at times that team got very frustrated. Mike Evans started pushing people around when he didn't get a call. Like, that's what's going to happen when you have such a senior guy as your quarterback and a young team around them when it doesn't go their way. And they're not used to situations like that. So that was that game. I thought the Chargers, from what I was seeing, going in and out, they played a pretty solid game versus Tampa. The Seattle game, I didn't catch a lot of, but what I did see is I think anybody could pass against that defense. That secondary is very vulnerable. Clearly, it's not the defense that they had when they were, Super Bowl contenders. When they actually won the Super Bowl, when they were in New Jersey versus Denver, it's clearly not that defense. And I think that defense is very beatable, especially if you have a team that can run the ball and continue to move the ball downfield and not depend on having to throw the ball. So the main thing is, the best defense to stop Russell Wilson is to keep him on the sideline. So you got to run the ball and kill the clock. So we're going to be playing them soon. As far as the Rams games, the Giants had them. And they just blew it. And, I don't know if it's coaching. I don't know if it's scheme. I don't know if it's players. But I was kind of not shocked that the defense played so good. The Giants defense played so good against the Rams because of their physical front. And I think they're very weak on the interior, the Rams on the offensive line, similar to us. But I don't know. Their one touchdown, it was the George Kittle jet sweep, and they did it with Everett. So I think McVay took a bite out of Shanahan's playbook on that one. So, very interesting day in football. So I just can't wait for tonight's game to get going.
So let's pull up. Let's get to our stuff here. The official injury reports are out, so we're going to discuss some of these things. Let's start with the Eagles injury report here. Let's pop this up here on the screen. Sorry, guys, your beautiful faces are going to go away. You guys are such a smiley group. Look around the room. Look at everyone's.
Excuse me, Mike. It's game time. It's game mode, bro. Ain't no player out there smiling other than Kendrick Bourne right now. Right now we in game mode, bro. Look, Nick prepares. You know how some cats put on headphones. We interview players. We say, "Yo, how you get ready?" Yo, right. I got my beats on. Yeah, and I'm in the zone. Cats listening to church music. You got cats listening to rock. It's the way it is. What's game mode, bro? And plus,
that's what we doing. Okay, all right. We get game face. All right, here we go. Let's break this thing down here. Right here, inactives: quarterback Nate Sudfeld, Deshaun Jackson, Alshon Jeffrey, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, Avonte Maddox, Casey Tuhill, Hakeem Butler. Any of these names on here surprise you guys?
No.
They can't see you shaking your head.
They're missing Jason Peters too.
Well, right. How come he's not on here?
Because he's on the IR. He's on the IR.
Oh, that's right. He's on IR, man. So we talked about it in the 12 o'clock show that we did right before the game started when we were talking about the spread, and his absence was a 2-point swing. The Niners were 7-point favorites prior to his injury, and after he went down, it changed the game, and it was a 9-point spread. We were 9-point favorites now, so I thought that was very interesting. And here's the list. I don't have a very pretty graphic like I had here for the enemy, but here we are. Here we have Jimmy Garoppolo, Raheem Mostert, Emmanuel Mosley, Akella Witherspoon, Dre Greenlaw, Daniel Helm, and Tom Compton. I won't ask you guys what you think about it. We've discussed this ad nauseum, but are there any surprises on this list?
No.
I think.
Well, Kind of, I guess. I mean, because just with the ruling of being able to elevate to a 55, it's odd to see that we actually put a lineman on our inactive list.
I
We
think
hadn't done that.
There hasn't
Yeah,
been
but
a
I don't
lineman
think-
on the list all year.
I don't
I
think
don't think we've had an inactive offensive lineman yet.
I don't think we did 55 though.
We
Because
did. We elevated two.
who did we elevate?
Didn't Walker get elevated? And
Yeah, Joe Walker and Hasty. Was it Hasty?
no, Hasty got
was
promoted.
promoted to the 53.
So
Walker
it's Walker and somebody
there's
else.
another.
The cornerback. They just
Yes.
signed.
Jamar
Taylor.
Oh yeah, Taylor. That's it. Yeah.
Jamar Taylor. Yeah. So,
But I don't think. But the thing is you only have to do 55. You have to do an offensive lineman if you do a, like a receiver or a running back or something on those terms.
I thought the caveat was if you went to a 55 man, you had to have one of those extra spots.
One
You
of
had
them.
to be a lineman.
Well, that's what I was. So the question that I had with that is, what do you consider an extra lineman? Now, Belichick did something that was very strange, and he went through games with only 6 offensive linemen before, right? So an extra offensive lineman to him is only 7. But the Niners go through games with 8 offensive linemen, so an extra one to them is 9. Like what concept? Let me get this off so people can see you guys. What constitutes as an extra offensive lineman? I don't understand these rules. I don't pretend to, and maybe one of you guys do, but I have no idea.
I defer.
You're going to give it to the resident GM. All right,
No,
Tom.
it is. If you do the 55, it is supposed to be an offensive lineman. But that was my understanding when this whole thing started, and we started talking about how they were going to give us the 55. It would be one lineman and one other player, whatever position that you choose. So I'm just kind of confused that they didn't do that with bringing Compton, unless the rule is if you're going to bring 2 from the practice squad, it would have to be a lineman and another positional player. But
I think
they
the
just
active.
didn't bring 2, so I don't know.
My understanding is they can elevate 2 non-linemen, but if you're going to make your squad 55 man, then you have to carry one of the 55 has to be an additional lineman.
No. I know what you guys are confusing. The 55, you can bring anybody up.
Yeah.
It's the 43 to the 45 on game.
Right.
40. It's the 46 to the 48 on game day. If you're going to have 48 active players,
Correct.
one of those extra active players has to be a lineman. I think that's what the rule was.
Exactly.
I don't think it was the 55 to 53. I think it was the 46 to 48.
Yeah, you have if you bring up 2 positional players, as in wide receiver, running back, quarterback, like I can't think of the name of you call him right now. Just
Tom.
no, not a player name, but like not positional, but skilled. A skilled player, which is like a receiver, running back, blah blah blah. You have to have an additional lineman active. So that means you have to, if you have 6 on your 53 roster, one of them the additional guy has to be a lineman. So if you bring up a running back, a receiver, or a quarterback in skilled positions, one has to be a lineman. So technically, we didn't bring up a running back or a wide receiver or a quarterback. So that's the way that it's supposed to work. So one of those 46, one of those guys is supposed to be an additional lineman active on your roster.
All right. Let's move on, man. I want to talk about our game, man. Yes, guys, I see the freaking comments. I have my wings. I picked them up. I promise you guys, the wings are here from the start today. They will be in the building. We're gonna have the luck. I'm doing my part, man. No jersey on as promised. Fellas, what are the drinks for the day? Are we drinking? We taking it easy? We're gonna wait till that. Is that Patron? A little bit of Patron. Okay, all right. Nick, what you having over there? You just shaking it easy right now?
Yeah, I'm taking it easy. I drank all day today, so I'm good.
Tony, what about you?
I'm doing water. I got to get up early tomorrow morning for work.
Aqua. All right, B. What about you, man?
Same water.
Just water. Okay. All right, hey, Breezy. We up here for a reason, fellas.
Yeah.
Look, yo, when y'all were in church, I was drinking. So I've been drinking since 11 o'clock this morning. So
we getting the Holy Spirit, Nick getting the Spirit. Okay, I hear you, man.
Right.
Yeah, Nick's Spirit come with proofs.
We had communion today, so I was drinking in church. You know what I'm saying?
You guys are up
There
there
you
on
go.
the top shelf.
Yeah.
you had the top
I hear
shelf, right?
I hear you. Okay, it's all good, man. All right, so guys, let's just go ahead and get into this game, man. Is there anything that's changed? We've done a couple of game preview shows and all that. Since we've done our last one, what I've heard a lot of, I listened to a lot of radio interviews and stuff like that, and I kept hearing something. Last year, the Niners did 2 back-to-back East Coast trips, and when they returned home following, they struggled. The first time was weeks 1 and 2. It was Tampa and Cincy, and when they went home, they really struggled against the defense of the Steelers.
Yeah.
Then when they went back again, it was the Saints and the Ravens, if I'm not mistaken. And then we lost that game to the Falcons.
It was Ravens, Washington, Saints, then back home.
We did 3 games on the East Coast at the same time?
Yeah. Washington, Ravens, then New Orleans.
That's crazy. But either way, it's staying out and then flying back. The team seems to get a little
jet lagged.
Yeah. Right. So is this something we are worried about, guys? Let's be real. I know y'all it's no game. It's no competition. Y'all telling me that there's no chance the Niners lose this game today?
Of course there's a chance. If there was no chance, they wouldn't play the game. Anything could happen.
I think the difference is we went on the road with, well, I mean, we didn't initially go on the road, but we had injuries happen while we were on the road. Now we're back home, different than when we came back for the Atlanta game, and we have a little bit of bolstering going on to our squad right now, right? We got Kittle back, we got Debo back. That's going to energize those guys, I think, a little bit more so than how we came out against Atlanta last
year. Yeah. For me, it's week 4, right? And last year it was week 3. Okay, so going home to week 3, we thought we were going to get some rookie quarterback, whatever, and we thought we were going to blow the Steelers out. The difference between the Steelers and the Eagles, it's funny how it's 2 Pennsylvania teams too. The difference, though, is the Steelers' defense was totally different, and I don't think our offense was in sync as it is now. Our pieces that we have on this offense now just seem to be more in sync than what they were back week 3 last year. So is there a chance? Yeah, it's a slight chance in hell, but I don't think it's going to happen. The 49ers are going to go out there and try to put up as many points as they can. I'm talking like 40-plus burgers on this Philadelphia Eagles, bro. They about to make Philly eat cheesesteaks.
Some tough talk coming from this group, man. All right. Hey, listen, man, I'm with y'all, and I want to feel super duper confident. I feel confident. I don't think I'm on the level of confidence that y'all are on. I mean, Tony, he tried to bring some logic. There's a chance, and when there's a but, everything you said before is BS, right? That's kind of the rule, right? You can say whatever you want, but then when you say but, you can throw everything that you just said out the window. All right, so here we go, guys. I think we should get to some over-unders. I think we should have some fun. Let's try to lighten up the podcast mood here. Let's try to get some people woken up, man. You guys all right, man? Y'all sure y'all don't want to drink? Y'all sure?
We're good. We're good, man. Let's go, man. Let's get into this shit.
It's weird. Y'all don't feel this is weird energy right now? I think y'all are nervous. I think y'all just fronting.
Bro, I'm not nervous at all. We're just talking about stuff that we've already talked about. So let's get into it.
I'm asking the viewers. Y'all think they nervous, viewers? Y'all could just type it in. They can't see it. I'll block them from being able to see it. y'all let me know if y'all think they nervous or not. That's all. They won't see.
Mike, what did I say about last week's games for the score last week?
Your final score last week?
Yeah.
Shit, I don't even remember who we played last week.
It was like 27-21 or something like that.
Yeah, I went with 34-10, which was pretty close.
Yes.
I'm not feeling that confident today.
Okay, good. Okay. Now,
if that helps you at all. I think it's going to be a closer game. I know we're still going to win, but I have a feeling it's going to be more like a 10-point lead or a win than a whatever that was, a 24-point lead.
Yeah, 34-10. So you're feeling, like a 33-11 type of thing. You get, just taking it down a little bit less now, a lot less, 10 points. Okay, that's not bad. I think what I'm nervous about is just the unexpected. I'm worried about Nick Mullins targeting Kittle because he's back on third downs. Last week he spread the ball around. You guys know how many wide receivers he hit last week? How many different people passed?
10.
Yeah, man.
I don't think that happens this week.
No.
I don't think we get 7 this week. You get what I'm saying?
Go ahead. No, I was just a lot of people were comparing how he played last year or the year before last, against the Raiders when he came out and just obliterated them, right? And that a lot of people had that false sense that was going to continue. And I get the same general feeling from a lot of people I talked to about last week versus this week. Is he's going to come out a little bit more flat and he's not going to see it as explosive as it was last week. I don't know if that's just his confidence or maybe he works better with his nerves elevated. I don't know, but I'm just not expecting the same sort of game that he played last week.
Right.
I'd be happy if he gave us a performance like that, but that's not what I'm expecting to see.
Let me ask you guys this question really quick, and then everyone just say more or less, right? Or you can tell me a name. Who do you think plays with a more aggressive style defense? Greg Williams? Wait, no. Who was the coordinator we went against?
You're right, Greg Williams. You was right. Yeah.
No, Greg Williams was the Jets.
Oh, the Jets.
Patrick Graham.
That was the Jets, right?
Graham.
But I do want to do Greg Williams. Who do you think has a more aggressive style defense? Greg Williams or the former Lions guy? Damn, my mind is blank. What's his name? The shake guy with Harbaugh. Schwartz.
Oh, Schwartz. Jim Schwartz.
Who do you think has a more aggressive style defense?
I think Greg Williams, because it's too much wild card stuff going on. So I think the aggressiveness is there, but he's going to send blitzes from all over the defense. You know what I'm saying? You don't know which player is going to be, so it's kind of leaving you like on somewhat of an edge on the offensive side. So I would go with Greg Williams.
All right, Tony, who you think?
I think Greg Williams, definitely, because he blitzes from every angle on every play. So I think Jim Schwartz's defense is aggressive up front, but as far as like pressure and blitzes and design blitzes, it's definitely Greg Williams.
All right, Tony gave Greg Williams also. Let's go with Brian.
It's the same for me.
Yeah.
I don't really have anything to add on that one.
Is this going to be a clean sweep? Nick, you picking him too? You think Greg Williams is the more aggressive defensive coordinator?
Yeah, he's definitely more aggressive, and he's more of a disguise guy too. So he blitzes a lot, all different platforms of the defense, and I definitely think that it's Williams.
Yeah, and I was listening to. I saw a tweet this week that had the audio from that Bounty Gate thing, and I got pissed off all over again.
Yeah,
like I felt like I was like in that moment again, just listening to how he was talking and how he was happy. Do you guys remember when we played them that preseason? They beat the shit out of Alex Smith. You guys remember that preseason?
Oh yeah.
And they had to have hit Alex Smith 12 times in just 2 drives. Like they were just all over him. And I was like, yo, this is preseason, bro. Like, what are they doing? And then I listened back to the tape this week, and he was so proud of it. But I'm going to move on from him. That was the last thing I have to say about him. My comment on Jim Schwartz is this, though. When I think back of how aggressive the Jim Schwartz defenses were, the part of their team that I thought was aggressive, I realized the Niners have the reason they were aggressive now.
Okay.
Chris Kosaric. The reason that, like all of you guys said, it was the defensive lines with them, right? They did it up front. They were bullying the trenches. Like that's where they were. The reason that Jim Schwartz was successful is because he had Chris Kosaric. Like that defensive line was built kind of through him. So I want to ask you guys this: which team do you think has a better performance from their defensive line tonight? Us?
I'm going Niners defense all day. I mean, you got guys. I was talking to Ryan B. He texted me when I was like, "Yo, Jason Peters is out now." He's like, "Dude, they have a project in a rugby player. They're trying to convert a left tackle. You guys are going to eat breakfast all day." I'm going with the defensive line of the 49ers. If we're matching our defensive line up against their offensive line compared to their defensive line up against ours, yeah, they have 2 really good players on that defensive line, but we have 5 really half-decent players on our line, and I think that we're more decent than them today.
I want to say the Niners defensive line, but I'm just a little worried with the interior versus Cox and McGlinchey versus Graham. Because like those are 2 highly touted veterans, well-respected veterans who bring it every play. And screw it, I'll go with the Niners.
Go ahead, Brian.
No,
Wait. No, we're not just going to let Tony just do that. He was up here building the case, and he was like, yeah, never mind. Niners all like, what happened, bro? Why'd you change your mind like that?
It's my team. I don't know. No, but seriously, I am a little bit worried about that interior with
Right,
Fletcher Cox.
right.
Definitely. I think, because of all their injuries across their offensive line, I think the 49ers will play a little bit better because of the quality players that they're going against. But I just think Fletcher Cox is going to be a handful
See,
inside.
I think Brandon Graham's going to be a handful. And we're talking about lining him up on McGlinchey's side. And we talked about Mike McGlinchey having this great game last week. Well, at least Mike did. And we kind of were like siding with Mike. You know what I'm saying? All right, so he played decent. I still think he's the weakest link on the offensive line. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if he had a great game or not. He's still the weakest link. And I'm just going to keep it a buck because that's what I do. Mike McGlinchey today can earn his stripes with the San Francisco 49ers. He wants to get a contract. You're going to take on an elite pass rusher. Matter of fact, this was a guy that I thought maybe we would go after in free agency. Brandon Graham, coming off of that Super Bowl win, dude does one thing. He might look out of shape. He might look chunky, but he can get to the quarterback. Let's just keep it a buck. That's what he does. I'm a little concerned about that, guys. We're talking about somebody trying to throw Nick Mullins off of his rocker. Nick Mullins likes to roll out to the right. So this might have to force Nick Mullins to roll to an opposite way, which we haven't seen much of. So I'm not going to build it up and say, yeah, the Niners. I really think that the Phillies defensive line, I think those two players alone will cause some type of havoc to the 49ers offensive line.
Especially if they stunt, man. Brian, your thoughts on it all, man?
So I'm definitely with the Niners. I think that if the coaching staff was concerned with McGlinchey's ability to take on the defensive ends, that we have backup tools in our blocking game, specifically with Kittle and Juice in there, that I'm not worried about protection from our O-line if they even if they have to pull in the tight end and the fullback to add as additional blockers. And we do that anyway regularly, so it's nothing new. I'm actually more concerned with the fact that Nick Mullins has a full game of tape. So the Eagles will have had the chance to study him, and that's more my concern. When they came in and blew them out, he hasn't had tape in a year, really, or over a year, I guess. So now they got that tape. They've seen how he's developed. I'm sure the Eagles studied that all week just so they can look at tendencies and stuff like that. But I have full faith in our coaching staff that if they were worried about McGlinchey not being able to hold his own, they're gonna back him up. Just like when we lost both of the, last year we lost Staley and McGlinchey, and School had to go in, and Brunskill when he first went in there, right? I think.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts on that before we move on? All right.
I guess my point is, at some point, guys, you don't want your offensive line having to have help all the gosh darn time, right? Like, you want to see Kittle be explosive in the passing game. You want to see Juszczyk be explosive in the passing and run game. And when you always got to add help, that's like a liability. Like, we shouldn't have to add help to a guy that's his third year in the NFL, going on his fourth, playing for a contract in the NFL. I get that's what we do. But it would be really cool not to have to do that for a change and have to have somebody else's back. Now, if this guy's really busting McGlinchey's chops all game and we have to chip to his side, okay. But then that's a problem. I just think that's a problem because that means that Mike McGlinchey is inferior to superior defensive ends.
Let me ask this question then. Nick, in your over-under, are you going to include pressure, sacks, hits allowed by Mike McGlinchey? Because if not, I want to ask the panel. But if that's going to be one of your things, then I'll hold off on it.
No, we can answer that now.
Okay, so let's just get this out the way. I thought Mike McGlinchey had a pretty solid game last week, right? I said it was a damn good game. I said that, the unpopular opinion of mine would be that he played better than Trent Williams last week. I had never looked up the PFF grades. I have no idea what they said about him. But I will ask you guys, do you think that Mike McGlinchey allows more or less than 3 hits on our quarterback tonight?
I'm going to go with less. And the reason I'm going to go with less is because of the help. So, Wayne was talking about, I believe it was Wayne was talking about it too, was, there's times where he would have gave up a pressure last week or a hit, but there was a chip that came along and helped him. and, took people off. Or I believe it was Jason that was saying it when we were on our show. So I went back to watch those pieces, and he's right. Somebody came up to help him and threw the defender basically off track and helped him with that. So I'm going to go with less, though. And it's not just because, if that help doesn't show up in the stat line. It just shows up as Mike McGlinchey doing his job.
Correct.
So I'm going to go under.
Okay. Anybody else?
I don't know how many pressures did McGlinchey give up against Chandler Jones? Do we know? I'm throwing a curveball. It seemed like a lot, but I could be wrong.
I'd be lying if I said I knew. And again, I don't have the PFF account pulled up or anything. I haven't looked at it all year.
None of us have.
I've been trying. No, because I don't want to become dependent on something where I just type and just don't think. I want to watch it for myself and see what I think, but I don't remember. I honestly don't remember.
I want to go with the under on that. I do. I want to go with the under on that. Not because they're going to chip and give him help. I'm hoping that this is a game where he solidifies his position, right? Because we know that he struggles against superior ends. Like, how are we not consistent with that? Like, we all have watched it. He did have a decent game last week. Who are the Giants' ends, though? Right.
It was Marcus Goldwyn,
yeah,
and Carter, the two outside linebackers.
Right. And no, Chandler Jones wasn't just lined up on Trent Williams' side. He wasn't just on Trent Williams' side. They moved him around. He was on both sides. So if you go back and watch the game, Chandler Jones was not just lined up on Trent Williams, because if that's the case, trust me, it wasn't just that. They had to create mismatches on the defense, and they picked the weaker of the two sides to put Chandler Jones on. That's what good defensive coordinators do. That's what we're going to do, right? So he wasn't just on Trent Williams' side. But I'm curious to know that, because I want to go with the under, because I like Mike. I like him. I do. I don't know.
We got to remember, Mike McGlinchey has always been this bad in pass pro, even in college.
I know.
Like, he was always this bad. Like, I mean, it's not. I don't want to say this bad. He's probably progressed just a little bit in pass pro compared to what he was in college. But this is what you get with Mike McGlinchey. Like, there's going to be times where he gives up, shitty pressures, and there's going to be times where he does his job. And that's just being an offensive lineman in the NFL. Like, it happens, but it just can't happen as much. You got to get a little bit more consistency as to where you do your job more so than you don't do your job. Thanks. And that's what I ask of, like last week. Look, Laken Tomlinson is one of the, like I said, probably one of the most underrated linemen on this offensive line, but he got worked last week. Like, he had a horrible game. And, but I'm sure he'll bounce back and have a better game. Like, that's where you expect it. And, I definitely going under. I don't know what Brian's going to go, though, with.
Well, I say that I think I'm going to go over. And the reason being is that you guys are absolutely right that he has given up some pressures and some hits to some people who are some of the defensive ends that are more well-known or better production in the NFL. And he can hold his own against guys who are not necessarily at the top of their game. But with Kittle coming back, I think that Kyle's game plan for him is to get him active out there, either across the middle or wherever. But so I see him being more involved in the passing game. And then if Mike McGlinchey has a problem, then they may have to go to a backup plan where Juice and Kittle are doing more blocking. But I don't think that the initial scheme is going to be set up for that. And so until they make the decision to change the game plan, then I foresee that McGlinchey might have a hard time in the beginning.
Yeah.
Right. All right.
I think it's going to be a scheme. I think Kyle's going to scheme it open for him to. I think he's going to come out and run the ball to get him in the game, get him comfortable, and then he's going to try to, implement the pass game. And I think he's going to scheme it where he might roll Nick Mullins away from his side to help him a little bit, or design plays to get the ball out a lot faster than normally. rather than like a 7-step drop. So I just think Kyle's going to help him. And then if it's still not working, I think that's where you're going to see the chips come in with either Juice or Kittle.
15 minutes, baby. Let's go. Hey, we about to kick off, y'all. 15 minutes. 15 minutes.
Oh yeah. Thank you. My location. Is that what that's supposed to be? Is that what that is?
My location.
I think it's a little clever.
Location
Okay.
and focus.
Thank you for the contribution, man. And we appreciate you letting us know that you appreciate the show, man. That's very important to us. All right, guys, let's get to Nick's over-unders here. Nick likes to do this thing, and I have a lot of fun. I'm going to start recording these segments. Like, I know that we're recorded right here, but I'm going to
say, wait, aren't we recording them?
All you got to do, Mike, is go back, rewatch it. Oh,
right.
You don't have an iPhone, though. Sorry.
So, see,
see,
you can only do replays on iPhones now. That's what y'all saying.
No, but
Well,
you can steal snippets from it.
Yeah, you can screen record on the iPhone. I don't know if you can do that
Screen
on the
record on my phone. Okay, I see what's happening.
Oh, I didn't know. I asked.
Right.
So my students were lying to me when I told them to screen record on their Androids.
It's an app, though.
I don't
It's
have
not
a
built in the program.
Samsung might not be able to do it, but I use LG. So LG been there.
All right.
LG, long gone.
Life's good.
That's right. I hear you hating, Nick. I heard you.
LG, long gone, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yo. All right, let's start these over and unders. All right, here we go. Over or under 4 receptions for Brandon Ayuk. And I'm going to give these to individuals. So let's go Brian first.
Over.
Over 4 receptions. All right, Tony, what do you think?
4 catches,
4
not
receptions.
touches.
Yep, 4 receptions.
I'll go over.
Over. All right, Wayne.
I'm gonna push at the 4.
All right, Mike, what do you think?
I agree with Breezy. I think he has 4 receptions.
All right, that's a push. All right, let's go with over or under 1.5 sacks for Kerry Hyder Jr. Let's go Wayne Breezy this time first.
1.5 sacks. I'm gonna go over.
Over. All right, Mike, what do you think?
Under. He has a productive game. I think he gets busy and he gets pressure, but the sacks are different. I say under.
Tony.
I'm gonna go over.
All right,
I'm gonna go over.
Shout out to
All right.
Tony.
Brian, what do you think?
Under. I like Hyder, but I think the sacks are spread out across the line tonight.
All right. Saying that the sacks are spread out over the line. Over or under 4.5 sacks total for this Niners defense.
Can I ask a question before we do that? What's the most we've had in the game so far? Like 2 or 3?
2, I think.
And what number are you giving us?
4.5.
It better be over. Where's that offensive line?
You're saying we should get more than 5 sacks?
Well, he's saying we should get 5. Or
Yeah, I'm gonna say I would go with under at 4.
Yeah.
Just not feeling confident. I think that they know they're going to be weak on the with the lineman. Lost my train of thought. What's his name? They have the tackle.
Peters.
Yeah, Peters. With him being out, I think they're going to make adjustments to account for that. And so I don't think that side is going to be as weak as we think it will be, or we hope it will be. So I'll say 4, which is going to be under.
All right. Tony said over. So, Mike, what are you saying?
I'm going to say under.
Under. Breezy, you're saying under?
Yeah, I'm going under too. I think we get a lot of pressures, though. I don't think they result in sacks.
Okay. Over or under 26.5 yards rushing for Deebo Samuel. Let's go Mike first this time.
26 yards rushing for Samuel.
Yep.
You know what? I'm gonna say under. I think that's the one thing Shanahan doesn't do with him tonight.
All right, Tony, what do you think?
Under.
Under?
Definitely, yeah.
Brian, under 2?
Under. I think that's those feeds go to Ayuk, not Samuels.
All right. Breezy, what are your thoughts?
I'm gonna go over. I think he's gonna get one shot at it, and I think it's gonna go for 30 yards.
All right. All right. Carson Wentz has thrown 2 interceptions every game so far. Over or under 2 interceptions for Carson Wentz? Let's go Tony first this time.
Over, under. 2 interceptions. I'm going to go under.
Under. Brian.
Well, statistically, I should go over or under, but I'm going to go with over just because of their quality of the receiving core they currently have and the experience those guys have, or the connection that they have with Wentz probably is going to potentially give us some opportunities that we wouldn't normally have. So over.
Breezy.
I'm pushing, man. I think he's gonna stick to the 2 interceptions. Hold on, hear me out, B. Hear me out. But what's gonna happen is he's gonna throw at least 6 or 7 of them joints. We just only gonna catch 2. Does that make sense?
Gotcha.
All right. We're only going to catch 2 of the 6. All right. Mike, what do you think? Over or under 2 interceptions?
I'm gonna take the over only because I think we get the 2 like regular gameplay, like first quarter, third quarter type thing, and then I think they get desperate at the end. He throws a Hail Mary and we come down with it. Game is over type of thing.
All right. Let's see here. Over or under 7 rushes for JaMychal Hasty? Let's go Breezy first.
7. I'm gonna go under.
Under. Mike, what are your thoughts?
Damn, I'm mad you came to me already. Who do we have in tonight? We have McKinnon as a starter, and then Wilson and then
Wilson
Hasty.
Jr. and Hasty.
And I'll take the under.
Under. Tony?
Under.
Under. Brian? Under 2?
Yeah.
All right. Over or under
Do you guys know how many attempts he had last game?
4,
2?
I think.
4?
2 rushes, 1 catch.
1 catch, yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right. So over or under 28 pass attempts for Nick Mullins?
Over.
Ooh. We're going to be down in this game? All right.
No. Over. I think that they're going to get Debo back out there, and we're going to get Kittle back out there, and with what we saw from Ayuk and some of the other pieces, Dwelly pulled off some great plays. So I think that he's going to throw more than that.
Breezy, what do you think? Or Tony, sorry.
I'm going to go because I think they're going to screen a lot this game. Yeah, I'll go over. I'll go over.
Over? Mike?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to take the over. We were destroying the Giants, and he threw almost 40 times. He threw like 35, 36 times that game, right? So I'm definitely going to take the over.
Breezy, you taking over too?
Over.
Interesting.
Somewhere over the rainbow.
All right. I made a hot take earlier in the week that Javon Kinlaw has 3 sacks tonight. Over or under? Let's go 2.5.
Who you starting with?
Let's start with Tony. 2.5.
Under.
Mike?
Under. Way under.
Brian?
Under. I think Kinlaw doesn't get a sack tonight.
Interesting. Breezy?
Yeah, I'm going under 2 because his only job is to stop Miles Sanders from coming up that middle. Pause.
Pause.
All right.
Pause.
I got one for you guys.
All right.
I do have one for you guys really quick. The percentage of snaps taken by Deebo Samuel. We heard in the pressers this week that is he going to be on a snap count? Shanahan didn't say yes, but he also didn't say no. He said I wouldn't call it a snap count, but he's not going to get the same kind of load. I mean, that's
It's a snap count, bro.
Right? That's limit, right? So I want to ask you guys his percentage of snaps. I'm going to say 64.5%. Over under 64.5%. Let's go with Nick. Nick has been doing all
I'm
the
going under.
You can take the under.
I think he only plays probably 30% of the snaps tonight.
Wow. Brian, you're shaking an agreement. You think so?
I don't think it's 30, but I think it's definitely under 64. And I think they're going to ease him back in. They've got, I feel like they have more of a more confidence in Kittle than, I mean, not that Debo doesn't give us confidence. I'm just saying he's off of what I would consider to be more of a significant injury. So I would think that they will ease him back into the game plan.
We got to remember, guys, this guy has not touched a football field in full game play since the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but it only takes one play for this guy to get going. Look, I'm not saying they're not going to ease him in, but come on, he's a professional athlete, and if he wasn't ready to play, he wouldn't be playing.
And he's a wide receiver. He's not a lineman. He's somebody in the trenches getting full contact.
It's a skill set guy. All you got to do is catch the ball and run. And the question is, will he avoid contact or run through it? I hope he runs through the question.
But that's the thing. It's not just the receiver catching the football. What do the receivers in this offense do? They have to block downfield.
Yeah, his issue is not blocking, Nick. His issue was cutting or doing something crazy.
Right, but when you block, don't you put your feet into the ground?
I think he's gonna be. He wouldn't be playing, bro, if he wasn't ready to go.
Nick said, "Don't he put his feet on the ground when he blocks?" No, he don't.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, don't you move your feet and dig in?
I didn't say that he didn't. All I said is that he's a professional.
No, we know. I'm laughing at Nick for asking that question.
Like, because he was saying that I don't even remember what he said now, but he was saying something about like blocking. You don't really have to do anything.
I said cutting. Blocking is not cutting,
right.
But you are putting your feet. It's not. It's not.
It is.
He's squaring off, planting his feet, and he's stopping and he's making a block. Like opposed to having a cut to make a move, bro.
You
like
don't
it's
think
two different things.
You don't,
Breezy, I don't.
You don't think your ankle moves the same way?
I didn't say that it doesn't move.
I'm
saying it's not the same as cutting. To me, it's just different. I don't know. I as a running back or a wide receiver, when I'm catching the ball, if I'm told to go block, I run to the spot, I square up, I hit the block. But if I'm asked to make a move on a person to try to get out the way, which he doesn't do anyway, he tries to truck him. So we shouldn't have this issue. Like, it's different. I'm not saying that it doesn't require my ankles or my feet like it does.
I think cutting requires more like below the knee work. It's like calves, ankles, foot, right? Where blocking, your feet are planted and then you're squaring up. It's like thighs. It's back, thighs, like arm, like that's, to me, that's blocking, right? But if you're cutting, you're on your toes, you're on your, the this part of your foot, not the heels. What's that called? The balls of your foot. I don't know what it's called, but y'all know what I'm talking about. The not the heels of your foot. You know what I'm talking about. But like, I think that cutting is that, and it's ankles and it's calves, right? So I understand what Breezy's saying, that it's not the same motion, and his issue was with the cutting, not with the blocking. It wasn't that.
No, I understand what he's saying, but you're not going up and blocking. You're using your feet, driving people different directions. And your ankle is moving the same as a cut. That's all I'm saying. Your ankle moves the same way. Your ankles only move two different ways. It's the same motion.
All I'm saying is I don't disagree with him being limited. I wanted to put that out there. But like I said, I still think he's going to find ways to be effective.
No. Are they going to do a clean sweep?
Bro, Mike Florio just picked the Niners to win. You know what that means.
This guy.
Oh, God.
Oh, no, it's a clean sweep. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. Tony, over under. What did I say? 64.5%. Under. You guys are chumps. All right. Oh, I was right. Balls of your feet. What now, man? Skate?
I said balls too, and that's why I laughed, because we can't go a whole episode without saying the word balls.
Balls.
All right, Nick, back to you over under, man. Guys, we got just a couple minutes left, man. I'm getting excited. I'm like,
let's go. Turn up, everybody. Look, it's about that time. We about to get it in. We about to go live like the wire. I set the whole choir on fire. Let's get this win. I don't care how we get it. I don't care if we win by a half a point. Let's just go and be 3-1. I think that's all I care about. What about you? So we'll be 3-1.
Absolutely.
So we'll be 3-1.
And stay healthy. Stay healthy and 3-1.
Oh, I forgot about that part. Right. That's probably the second most important part.
Y'all are liars. All four of y'all shaking your head. Yes, that's all I can. If this team goes out here and wins by half a point against the Eagles, y'all are gonna panic. Don't give me that. Oh,
I didn't say anything. I'm not happy with a half a point win.
Oh, I thought you were shaking your head. Yes, I'm sorry. I
No,
saw
I was
Brian.
shaking my head at the hypeness that Wayne.
The hypeness of Wayne, man. He's like, yeah, let's go.
It was a figure of speech, guys.
I'm sorry. Let me let y'all answer that. I thought y'all were shaking your head in agreement. I apologize. So Tony said, yeah, you're content with if just win, be healthy, and move on to the next game, right?
That's it.
Brian?
What am I going to be content with?
Are you content if we go out there and just win by a point and we're healthy?
Against this team, no. I want more. What do I expect to see? 10 to 14 points. But, I want to see like a blowout.
Okay. All right. Nick?
That's fair.
If we don't beat this team by 10, I'm upset.
Now, I will say this. After we released the injury report, it went from 9 points to 8.5. I don't know what that means. I don't know who they saw on that list. They were like, uh-oh. I don't know who they saw on that list. Maybe Daniel Helm?
It's that half a point.
I don't know. Tony, I think who look at this list. Who is on this list that's making you say, hey, uh-oh, they might
It's
get
not
it there?
the list, Mike. It's the money. The money changes the line.
Oh, you think it's the money? It's not okay.
Absolutely.
All right. I'm thinking from a logical standpoint. You're thinking from the money. You're right. Okay, I'm going to shut up.
Well, I think there's probably some concern about that secondary too. When you see both those two cornerbacks gone, and you have to rely on, sorry, Mike, but Dante, on your other side.
My two bets tonight on that game through my bookie using NB Niners code, which I didn't get any back money. I don't know why, like matched or anything.
No, look, it tells you should have a section on there where it says, hold on. If you go to place a bet, it tells you underneath you have it's called crypto reward and free play. It's two different things.
I'll show you after this, but
all right.
7.5 points, over 7.5 points in the first quarter to win. I think it was $10 to win. It was part of a parlay, which I already won the first half of the parlay, which was over 9.5 today between Cincinnati and Jacksonville in the first quarter. Then Niners scoring more than 27 points. Green Bay. Who was it? Green Bay and Atlanta? Is that who that game is? Who's Green Bay playing tomorrow night?
Yeah, it's the Falcons.
It's the Falcons.
Green Bay, Atlanta, over 56. So that should be able to get both of those. But do you think Niners score over 27 points?
Yes. We average 29. So I just want to put that out there. That's what we average. We're averaging 29 points a game. The lowest game we had was against the Cardinals. And would you say the Cardinals defense is better than the Eagles defense?
And it was week one.
And we still put up 20 points against a tougher defense. At least in my opinion. So,
all right.
And Jimmy not playing. I'm just playing.
All right. Okay, Breezy, you stirring the pot.
It's a jokey joke, y'all. It's a jokey joke.
All right. Nick, did you have any more over-unders, man? I didn't want to cut you off or anything like that. I just wanted to know how
let's just do a couple more real quick. Over or under 51 points.
Total.
Under.
I got over.
I'm taking the under. Wait, last week it was what? 36 to 9?
36 to 9. Yep.
Yeah, no, that we blew them out and we still didn't touch 50 points. Or 50.
I thought he meant total though.
Yeah, so I'm saying we didn't touch 51 total points last week.
No, but it's not just for us.
I know that.
So,
I know.
So you're trying to say
you don't think the offense of the Eagles is better than
apparently.
So that's 36-17. It's 51, right?
Yeah. I don't think we put up that many points, and I don't think we scored that many points.
Huh?
I don't think we put up that many points, and I don't think they scored that many points either.
All right.
Man, look, it's going to be 41-17. That's the score. Just live with it.
All right. I like it. I like the confidence, man.
All right.
I like it too. I wish I had it.
Don't worry, I got plenty of confidence for all y'all, man. I got you.
Right.
Keep the faith, Breezy.
Oh, it's there.
Over or under 2 touchdowns for Nick Mullins passing tonight.
That's a good number. You should have said at 2.5. That's a good
I
number.
was gonna say 2.5, but I'm gonna go 2 because I don't know how you get half a touchdown unless somebody else touches it.
Well, no, that forces people to say 2 or 3. You
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
get
yeah.
a
Oh, yeah, true. So let's go 2.5. We'll go
Right.
2.5.
I'm going over.
Brian,
I'll go over. I'll say he's going to get 3.
let's go. I just sat here and said we weren't going to score all those points, but I'm going to take the over also. I'm going to take the over. Baby.
Point right there.
Talk your shit, Mike. Talk that shit. Let's go.
All right, here we go. Real quick, and then we'll get off here because I know it's 8:20. So over under. Shit, I just had it in my head, and then Mike threw it off.
Tackles
Over
for Fred Warner.
Oh, over or under 300 yards passing for Nick Mullins.
I'll go first. I'll take the under.
That's what I was thinking too.
I know.
I'm just concerned about the tape they got, on him now. That's all. I think they can set up a defense better than they did in the beginning with the Giants.
I don't know, man. I don't know, fellas. I think we watched Nick Mullins, the surgeon, kind of like try to surgically, take away this defense. He's gonna get those crossing routes. And remember, on those crossing routes, guys, we could probably go from between 7 yards to 27 yards, depending on who's catching that ball. Pause. So, I think he goes over. I'm going with the over. I'm going over, maybe like in the 320s.
Hot take. I forgot to mention this. Hot take from Logan Dean, one of the guys that watch our show. He messaged me earlier. He says, my hot take for the game tonight is that George Kittle breaks the all-time single-game record in receiving yards tonight that he couldn't do against LA.
All right, good night, y'all. This was a fun show. We're going to catch y'all at halftime. I'm not co-signing that. Wait.
You don't have to. That's his hot take.
First game back, too.
I would love to see that.
Their linebackers are dookie, bro. One of my other Eagle friends was just like, no, I'm betting the line on George Kittle over 150 yards.
There's no way. There's no way. There's no way he's doing that.
So I'm just telling you, Logan Dean, big shout out to him, man. Big supporter of us. So that was his hot take. All right, before you guys go, give me one quick hot take. I said Javon Kinlaw 3 sacks. I already said it all week. I'm going to stick with it. So
I like that. I'm going to do 3 backs have a touchdown.
Dag.
3 backs have a touchdown. That includes Juice.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Okay, that's why I didn't say running backs. 3 backs have a touchdown.
Brian?
You guys not going to like mine because I'm going to go against the team. My hot take is that Nick Mullins is going to throw 3 interceptions this game. And it's not going to be straight interceptions. They're going to be tip balls that just happen to fall the Eagles' way.
Even worse.
I know.
My hot take is we get a pick 6 from the secondary, and it's going to be Jimmy Ward, baby. I think Jimmy Ward gets his pick 6. He ain't had an interception in like 14 seasons with the 49ers. He's going to get his first joint tonight on prime time. Let's go.
Tonight, the world will learn who Dante Johnson is, baby. That's your pick 6 king right there.
No.
I hope I get to eat crow. That's what I hope.
Yo, I'm out of here on that note. I am not condoning that.
Oh man. All right, guys. This was a lot of fun, man. I'm glad you guys jumped on here, man. Let's go out here. Let's get our plates of food ready and everything. Let's get ready to have some drinks. You guys take it easy. Have those victory shots ready. We'll see y'all at halftime. Right? That's gonna do it. We all ready to go? Thumbs up, baby. Good. All right, guys. Y'all know the deal already. Prepare for glory.
Anticipate pain.
But always
remain faithful.
We out of here.
Peace.